Bro, as teenagers, we all go through a lot. Relationships, emotions, conflict. But no doubt, one of the hardest things we deal with is uncertainty. You know that lost feeling, like you don't exactly know what you're doing? Every day feels the same, like you should be further ahead, but for some reason, you just can't get yourself to move forward. Well, listen, bro, you're not alone. I know exactly how it feels, because recently, I've been dealing with it too. For the past 2 months, I've been grinding, training, making money, and doing everything I can to level up. But even after all that, I would still go to bed feeling unfulfilled. No matter how much progress you've made, there will always be moments where you feel lost. And if you don't know how to deal with it, especially in your teenage years, you'll stay stuck forever. And in this video, I'm gonna break down why most teenagers feel stuck and how you can escape it. But first, you need to understand why you feel this way. One of the most valuable things you can understand as a teenager is that comfort is addictive. And the more and more you give into it, the harder it is to escape. What do you actually do when you get home from school or work? Do you work out? Are you focused on building something? Do you do what you know you should be doing? Or do you lay down and just go on your phone? At first, it's just one video, then another goes by, and then another. And before you know it, you've wasted your whole evening. But why does this actually happen? You need to understand that in life, your brain will always try and play games with you. It's called the dopamine feedback loop. Your brain is wired to chase things that feel good right now in the moment. Scrolling, playing video games, watching your favorite show, porn. And it tends to avoid things that take a lot of effort. Training, studying, working on your goals. And every time you give it to your comfort, your brain rewards you with dopamine. And the more you do it, the more your brain will tell itself, this is easy and rewarding. I'm just gonna keep doing it. But the problem with that is the more you choose comfort, the harder it'll be to stop. At first, skipping the gym once doesn't really seem like a big deal. But then it turns into a week, and then a month. And before you know it, you've wasted all your teenage years. My point is just don't make being comfortable a habit. It will ruin your teens. Think about it, these years literally set you up for your 20s and your 30s, which are your prime years. Why would you waste it scrolling or watching fucking Netflix, bro? And that's why so many teenagers feel lost. Not because they don't know what to do, but because they've built the habit of doing nothing. I remember reading this article about depression and how every single year, the amount of teenage cases increase. And it mentioned this analogy of no man's land. This way you're not being productive and doing your most focused work, but at the same time, you're not having fun and enjoying yourself. You're in this dangerous spot here in the middle. And this spot here is where you're trapped in your head, letting your thoughts eat you alive. And this is probably why you feel stuck. You spend most of your time unintentionally in your head. But don't get me wrong, you should obviously spend time with your thoughts. It's actually very healthy too, to clear your thoughts, to meditate, but never, ever let them control you. There are many ways you can deal with feeling stuck, but it's your job to figure out which one works best for you. Remember that different things work better for different people. But in my experience, these are the 4 that I found most effective. If you don't know what to do, start moving. Your physical health is correlated to your mental health. When you train, your body releases these things called endorphins. These are natural chemicals that make you feel happier, sharper, and more focused. Even something so simple as going on a walk can help you clear your mind and elevate your mood. It's very hard to feel lost when you have a target and direction. But on top of that, the feeling of seeing your body progress is unlike anything else. So start working out. But if you don't know where to start, don't worry. That's why I made a full video on 5 physical activities that will transform you in your teens. I'll leave the link somewhere up here. Most of you, the second you wake up, reach for your phone. And I'll be honest, it's probably because you don't have a mission. It's very hard to wake up and scroll TikTok when you have a lot to do today, because you can't even afford to waste a second. But chill, you don't have to have your whole life figured out right now. You just need to have a reason to wake up in the morning and do something. It could be anything you want. The key is pick something you enjoy and then commit. And if you're thinking, well, what if I don't know what I like? Don't worry, bro. That's completely normal, especially in your teenage years. I mean, let's be honest, most teenagers don't even know what they enjoy, let alone what they want. So that's why you have to get out there. Try different skills, try different hobbies, see what you like and see what you don't like. Keep this in mind. You'll have a much harder time feeling lost when you leave no room in your schedule to feel lost. When your day is packed with things that make you better, there's no room to sit down and get destroyed by your thoughts. A year ago, I still worked hard. I still went to the gym, but nothing compared to what I do now. Now my schedule is pretty much just work, train, eat, and then sleep. When you do a lot in your day, whether it's productive activities or fun activities, there's no room to be in no man's land. This is a very simple but powerful exercise that has helped me a lot in the last year. If you don't journal, I recommend you start. There's many different ways you can journal. It's pretty much up to you and what makes you feel good. That's why it's so great. But if you spend just 5 extra minutes writing down 3 things you're grateful for, it'll change your life. It'll force you to look at life with a more open perspective. For example, yesterday I wrote I was grateful for my family, the great weather, and football. And on the walk to school, I appreciated the weather so much more. And the interactions I had with my parents were so much better. Trust me, this will make your day so much brighter. And just to add on, if you feel lost, start meditating. Spend 10 minutes a day with your thoughts, and maybe you'll even figure out why you feel this way. Adding on to number 2, I recommend you learn a valuable skill, because most of your time will be taken by it and you'll actually see yourself getting better and better like you do in the gym. That's the great thing about learning a skill. It shows you that your hard work is actually paying off. And if you're anything like me, this will motivate you to learn a new skill and become amazing at that too. In this process, you become one step closer to becoming a high value man with a diverse skill set. And you can make a lot of money if you get really good at one of these. So just start, bro. A couple weeks ago, I went to go train with a close friend, and we had a very deep conversation about this. He told me that everything in his life was going well, and I could literally see it too. He was gymming, training footy, and he recently just got into a relationship. But he told me that something was off. Like he felt lost and he couldn't figure out what it was. And bro, what I've come to realize is that feeling lost is part of the journey. If you're working every day to chase your goal, it's gonna happen. You're gonna have days where you feel like this. But look, you don't have to have everything figured out. Well, you just gotta start. And second of all, you gotta keep chasing your goals. And eventually the pieces will click. And if I've learned anything over the last year, is that this feeling of, I don't know what I'm doing here, is a sign that you're on the right path. And I know time is passing by fast, but just take a moment and look out for where you've come. And make this reflection a weekly or at least a monthly practice. Super important. We get so caught up in life that we forget to appreciate our journey and what we've already been through. I mean, think about it. You've overcome every challenge you were scared about last week, and you'll continue to overcome everything else. So I hope this video helped you, especially if you're going through a rough patch in your teens. Don't forget to like and subscribe and stick around for the journey. I'm going to be starting my Day in a Life series this week to show you guys what my life looks like raw. No filters and no scripts. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and don't forget to enjoy the ground. Peace.